What the international media says about the Grand Egyptian Museum and the world's longing for its opening are certainly words of pride for all Egyptians, as it reveals a state of international fascination with this museum, which will be the largest in the world for one civilization, especially since it will include about 100,000 artifacts, some of which will be seen for the first time. All the international media agreed that the opening of the Grand Egyptian Museum was long overdue, and that it would be a great addition to culture and arts in the world. Indeed, a site such as the Swiss Info described it as the most prominent event on the agenda of the Arab countries during the year 2023, and they all drew attention to what caused it. In it, the events of the so-called Arab Spring and the coronavirus pandemic delayed the completion of the work of this great archaeological event. A modern and amazing masterpiece that deserves a visit. Egypt is one of the popular tourist destinations for millions of tourists, as it is full of huge temples and famous tombs that express the amazing history of the ancient pharaohs. Egyptian Tours is famous for its guides, all of whom are well versed in history and Egyptology. In Egypt, thousands of artifacts are racing to draw attention, including the treasures of Tutankhamun and other antiquities over 4,000 years old. Eventually many of these artifacts will be transferred to the newly constructed Grand Egyptian Museum, a stunning 500,000 square foot modern masterpiece with a towering atrium. The Grand Egyptian Museum, which is about to open, deserves a special visit to Egypt. Egypt also has the Great Pyramid of Giza, one of the 7 ancient wonders of the world. And although pictures of the Great Pyramid are scattered everywhere, nothing prepares you quite for excitement like seeing the Great Pyramid up close. It is much more exciting to descend the stairs through the very low tunnel that leads to the king's chamber in their pyramid, and to ride camels through the sands of Giza with a backdrop the magnificent pyramids, then a visit to the Sphinx. That will be a wonderful day. Egypt also has many other monuments such as the Temple of Abu Simbel and many temples in Luxor, as well as Aswan, taking a beautiful trip on the Nile with it and some other entertainment. Forbes, the biggest event in 100 years. The seductive attraction to Egypt remains an eternal matter, and the recent openings by Egypt of huge archaeological institutions have brought back to this country an obsession that has been missing for 100 years, that is, since the British Howard Carter opened the tomb of Tutankhamun, and the matter continues with the opening of the Grand Egyptian Museum that will take place this year. It is long overdue. This prompted some scholars to demand the recovery of many Egyptian archaeological treasures found in other countries. The writer says on the magazine's website that after being disrupted for about 2 decades, the Grand Egyptian Museum will be one of the largest cultural events in 2023, and it will be the largest museum in the world dedicated to one civilization, and it will include all the 5,000 pieces recovered from Tut's tomb, including the restored jewelry, and the golden mask, the famous pharaoh and even his underwear, and these artifacts form a small part of the museum's collection of 100,000. And most importantly, tens of thousands of artifacts will be shown to the public for the first time.